at him, Zim. I don't wanna hurt nobody. I just came to vibe. Tonight we ain't with no drama. Tell him dig it outside.
Live from his apartment, it's the Serg Podcast. With tonight's guest. Now, here's your host, Sergio Santana.
Hello, welcome to the first episode of the Serg Podcast. I'm your host, Sergio Santana, and I am gracious for you stopping by, checking out the show. Things are going to be a little rough. It's the first episode, but bear with me. I'm sure things will get better as time goes on. We're going to have a fun show, though. I got interviews, guests, sketches, news, hopefully the whole nine, and call-ins if it works out right. And so let's just get started.
Top stories tonight. A 5-year-old steals a car and gets away with it. Of course, it's not the first one, and it's not going to be the only one. Gorillas. Alex Jones is down to eat his neighbors. Monkey steals COVID-19 samples. A spy pigeon was detained. It sounds like a Pixar cartoon, but no, this is real. All this and more continues to happen during this pandemic as we continue to have civil unrest, not only in our nation, but across the world. In our nation, our president takes this opportunity in the midst of riots for a photo op. And he's not the only one. We'll discuss that tonight. I'm going to try to make you laugh tonight in the midst of everything that's been happening.
Quarantine affected a lot of people, of course, even celebrities. I mean, they were looking old, getting raised, and some of them just couldn't get haircuts. But we had to check in with one of our favorites, and he sent us a little something. Here's a clip.
They don't want me to scream on records during the quarantine. So what I do? We the best! Key to surviving any quarantine. It's gotta be the breasts. Fresh, I love you. Bless up. Major key alert. I told little baby aside. We'll be out of here at the end of this month. And what the mayor of Miami say? Another one. I got a stimulus check. I told Donald Trump, you smart, you loyal. I appreciate that. Hey, yo, peace to you, Sergio. You're hilarious. Back to you.
Of course, for my first episode, I had to have somebody who was really close to me, and that's one of my favorite artists, and that's Zim. He's been killing it, and he's always been a beast in the game. And from the battles to music, he's definitely a lyricist. So I'm glad to showcase his skills tonight, and just stay tuned.
In life, like, am I really living right? I tried to live good, but I'm not as good as Christ. Yeah, I fall sometimes, but get back on my bike. In this road of life, ain't too many green lights. More stop signs in my sight, and we're all in traffic going nowhere fast. But as every minute pass, we get closer to the night and a lot more salads. Life is less pop records and more heavy ballads. Guess I needed more support than I needed more talent. I always had the gift, it was in the wrong package, but I did plenty rapping on tour across the Atlas. Like, I've been to London, but I never seen Paris. Flights out to Cali, layover in Dallas, Toronto 3 times, but but I never met Drake. Sent a message like, if you're reading this, it's too late. I wish my brain wasn't always in a race, trying to beat the clock and with no time to waste. Just want my family to live good and my spirit to be straight. Another lesson from the teacher and the test is on faith. And well, I think I did great, like it's something that I aced. But then my mind wanders over my past mistakes, even though my debt is covered and it's all washed away. But hey, I'm only human after all, don't put the blame on me. Cause if I ruin my chances, then it's shame on me. Cause we all share the blood through the same IV, but we tend to forget though, say la vie. Pardon my French, I guess I'm just rambling, just trying to roll the dice in life without gambling. That's why I can't lean on my own understanding. Spent seasons wilding out, but I don't know Nick Cannon. But I'm friends with Sharon, so I guess it's related. 6 degrees of separation, and I'm sitting here patient, cause I know that my time is coming soon. If I was any doper, I would come with a spoon. Quarantine 2 months, we ain't even reached June, so I'll probably hit June, do another cartoon, or catch up on some movies that I never ever saw, like Platoon or Jaws. Heard they good, hope they all. Spend some time in scriptures and some more time praying. Close my eyes and just vibe with this Tori Kelly playing. I miss real pizza, that sound greedy, I'm just saying. I'm scared to leave the crib though, so I'ma spend the day in. FaceTime my moms and tell her that I love her. Seen her on Mother's Day, but was too paranoid to hug her. But this pandemic made us conscious of each other. Checking on my little sister, catching up with my brothers, folding clothes, watching shows, cooking dinner, washing covers. I wonder what it's like to have a mansion and a butler, but in due time I guess I will find out. Been prophesied too many times for me to give up now. Tell Trump he might as well send a few more thou to get the crib with the lake that's a few doors down. Well, I'm guessing it's goodbye for now. I'll reach out the next time that I'm lying down.
Mr. Hernandez, if you could please address the court by your stage name.
Yeah, I go by Tekashi 69.
Duly noted, Mr. Hernandez. We were interested in a music video that you filmed recently in Brooklyn. What was the name of that music video?
Oh, y'all, you talking about Barracuda?
That's correct, Mr. Hernandez. Barracuda. And where in Brooklyn did you guys film that music video?
We filmed that in Brooklyn on Sesame Street.
That's correct, Sesame Street. That's right, you mentioned that. And were any of the members of the Trey 9 involved?
Yeah, the leader of the Bloods, Elmo.
I'm sorry, could you repeat that name for the rest of the jury and the courtroom, please?
I said the leader of the Trey 9 Bloods, Elmo.
And is Mr. Elmo, is he in the courtroom at the moment?
Yes, he is.
Can you point him out for us, please?
He's the one in the wearing all red right there.
Mr. Elmo, Mr. can't believe it. We thought 6ix9ine was Master Splinter. The way he rat on all of us. I still can't believe it.
Order in my courtroom. Sir, you're gonna have to calm down in here. Someone apprehend that suspect. Get him into police custody. In my courtroom acting like a crackhead. You ought to be ashamed of yourself. Go on, sir. Continue with your questions. Out of your mind, acting like a crackhead in my courtroom. Go on, sir.
We understand that you guys also filmed in front of, what was it, Smurf Projects? Smurf Village Projects?
No, we didn't film in front of the Smurf Village. That's a Crip community. Yeah, that's a Crip community.
Okay, I understand. And, can you identify anyone else in this courtroom that is a member of the Trey 9 Bloods?
Yes, I can.
Can you point them out for us, please?
The gentleman right there in the all red, that's Clifford.
I'm sorry, you said Clifford? Is that his full name?
No, it's Clifford, the big red dog.
I see. So we have Elmo and Clifford the Big Red Dog, and you're saying that they're both associate members of the Trey 9 Bloods gang that you represent? Yes, sir. Okay. No further questions, Your Honor.
Now we catch him at the chicken spot. Up a couple chops. Pop that nigga with 100 shots. They didn't mean no chaser. Now we catch him at the chicken spot. Up a couple chops. Pop that nigga with 100 shots. They didn't mean.
All right, we're gonna have more from Zem later, and I'm just gonna jump right into the top stories. So our first story is a 5-year-old steals a car, gets away with it, and it's not the first kid.
Gary! I was just looking for the sports channel, Gary.
How old are you? You're 5 years old. Where did you learn how to drive a car?
Parents said that he'd not driven before. This was the first time he'd done anything like this.
The mom said he's never driven before. You think? He's never done that? Yeah, he's 5. Of course he's never done that before.
He's going to try to get to his sister's house in California. He told another trooper later, while we were investigating, trying to find the family, that he wanted to buy a Lamborghini when he got there. And he showed a wallet with $3 in it. So,
now this kid even got like a trip in a Lamborghini, or got to ride in a Lamborghini, got to meet Jamie Foxx, hang out. I mean, he's getting rewarded for it.
And he's not the only kid that's done this in the past few years. Like, look at this 4-year-old.
And where were you going?
To the gas station.
How come?
Because I have reasons.
I get it.
I get it. Okay.
Patrolman Jake Kohler got a call on the radio Sunday night of a kid driving a vehicle. He pulled into the town's only McDonald's and talked with an 8-year-old boy still behind the wheel.
You know, what are you doing? And he said, me and my sister really wanted a cheeseburger.
The boy had stood on his tiptoes to get the keys and took his 4-year-old sister with him on the food run.
Then I asked him how he learned how to drive, and he said he looked up YouTube videos on how to drive.
The kids got their cheeseburgers, also fries and chicken nuggets, before Patrolman Kohler took them to the police station and waited for their parents to pick them up. The boy may get in trouble at home, but police are not filing any charges.
Is that what we're doing? I mean, if I had known that, I'd done it outside. Okay, so this next story is about gorillas singing during their meals, but really it's about a spy gorilla. Let me explain.
So there is this interesting mini-series on PBS called Spy in the Wild, where they make a robot that looks like an animal and puts it into their natural habitat and studies the animals and watches the things that they normally do in their behavior.
All right, so this next story is, yes, spy pigeon. Wonder why? Because we just talked about spy gorilla. That's why. Even though we do have a story about monkeys that are still in COVID-19 samples, which I want. But stay with me, because how this one's different. This one is not a robot. This one is a spy pigeon for real. If that one's not, the other one's real too. So I don't know why I said that. But it is a spy pigeon that is human. It is not a robot. That's why I said it's real. So yeah, check out this clip. So this happened.
We're getting in some breaking updates now, viewers. A suspected spy pigeon from Pakistan has now been captured along the international border in Kathua with a coded message. Security agencies have now been or are decoding the message as well. And these are the visuals that we have access here on Republic of a spy pigeon that has now been caught, that has been captured along the international borders.
A cartoon out of this. Wait a second. Now, I want to interview the spy pigeon because it probably talks.
The pigeon was caught by the local residents. This happened in the Hiranagar sector of Kathua district when some locals they noticed a suspected pigeon having a suspected ring in its feet. In its claw rather, when the pigeon was caught by the local residents,
I wanted the ring slow them down. I don't know. Have you ever tried to catch a pigeon? Spy pigeon. I kind of wish I did the monkeys first. But you know what, we're going with the monkeys next. And, oh, man, this is great because just looking at the behavior of animals in general.
I saw stuff in the news about stimulus and I thought maybe I would be
okay, so I spent some money before I got it, and I haven't got nothing yet. I mean, like nothing. You know how much they eat? How much they cost? Well, at least they threw on this monkey. So back to monkeys on this next story. Monkeys steal COVID samples. You probably already heard about on the news. How can you not? Everything about coronavirus is out there, literally, and that's why we wear masks. So why would a monkey want to steal COVID samples? You trying to save his village, trying to get a virus vaccine or whatever? No. And was he hungry? Probably. But monkeys are smart. Okay, we already see that. I mean, the same one they're eating anyway. I mean, they show this one gnawing on a surgical glove. But that's not why. Probably want to barter for something. And it's something that they normally do. You can check this out in these clips. Let me know what you think. Alright, this next story is about Alex Jones, and I'm sure you've heard of Alex Jones before, and he's definitely still crazy. And he was talking about how the quarantine may push people to be hungry, and I mean, he described looting and riots, and obviously not for the reasons that have actually made it occur, but he also thought that we would revert to cannibalism if there was nothing to eat. He was already sizing out his neighbors because he's not going to let his daughter starve.
I will eat my neighbors. I'm not letting my kids die. I'm just going to be honest. My superpower is being honest. I've extrapolated this out, and I won't have to for a few years since I got food and stuff. But I'm literally looking at my neighbors now and going, I'm ready to hang them up and gut them and skin them and chop them up. And you know what? I'm ready. My daughters aren't starving to death. I'll eat my neighbors.
All right, well, that's Alex Jones, man. I just couldn't do it, man. I think I would be like a vegan or like some type of like pescatarian if it all goes down like that. I mean, there has to be fish still alive, right?
The point is have you thought about that yet? Because I'm somebody that thought I could fix this, and I'm starting to think about having to eat my neighbors. You think I like sizing up my neighbor, how I'm going to haul him up by a chain and chop his ass up? I'll do it. My children aren't going hungry.
We got to the last story of the night. President Trump's photo op. And I'm sure you've seen the picture. I'm sure you saw it on the news. And even if you tried to avoid it, it was there. And it wasn't just him. I mean, as classy as that was in the middle of a riot, there was many others that did the same. Kind of forever. And you also have all the people that are going to the protests and make sure they have the right angles for their Instagram.
So that's it for our top stories tonight, and we're going to go right into our interview. Our interview is rap artist Zem, and he has the album out on all digital platforms currently called Thy Will Be Done, Spirit vs. Flesh. Ladies and gentlemen, please help me welcome Zem.
Stuff with the guests. A lot of people don't know that you are my brother. We're brothers. Can you tell people how the rap stuff happened? How that started? Like all this.
Me rapping?
Yeah, all of it. Let's just go in. Like that's all of it. Like,
man, I used to watch Serg, dude. I used to watch Serg record rap songs on a karaoke machine when I was like 9 years old. And it was a 2-tape cassette karaoke machine. One side had the instrumental, the other side had the blank tape. They had the mic, and they would keep re-recording over and over and over it so they can add ad-libs and stuff. It was bizarre. But yeah, man, you know.
I would loop records. I would take records and I would
loop records, instrumental, that stuff. I just wanted to rap too, so I wrote like nonsense raps, and I talked about guns at the age of 10, and I had no idea what I was.
But it was fire. It was fire.
I thought that's what you had to rap about. I thought that was the only thing that rap was about.
I personally like really ratchet music. But the more ratchet it is, the more I liked it, the more I enjoyed it. That's just I don't know why. And I like classical music.
As I get older, I like more thought-provoking storytelling stuff. But I mean, I had my Rick Ross phase. I had my Waka Flocka Flame phase. I'm not proud of it, but I had those phases. But yeah, right now it's all about Cole, Kendrick, Lecrae, people that tell stories.
Nice.
That's I like Big Sean a lot.
I remember one time though, we went to the studio and I went out to get like pizza for everybody, tracks, and I came back. That was like the first time he did like a fire track, like 13, 14.
Yeah, I was
12.
Yeah, I was 12.
Yeah, like I said,
we were in Antioch. That's the studios.
It's fire. Yeah,
What is it now?
Studios around Antioch. Yeah. It's fire, man. There's so many tracks that, and it's like, and I did comedy then, but when I bombed, I would start rapping. Yeah, like when I did this room in Atlantic City called Sweet Cheeks. Kevin Hart would host it, and he would and I would bomb so bad. It was the worst audience. Like they would cheer you on and boo you at the same time, and I would eat it like every time, and I think it get to me. And that's why I kind of stopped for a little bit, but. When he would when I was getting off, he was like, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Sergio Santana, the rapper comedian, give it up. I was trash. I had to grow into this. But, so it ain't about me, it's about you. So, tell me more about yourself for the audience that doesn't know you. I mean, because you have a lot going on.
Well, yeah, for the past 3 months, I've been growing my hair out. Like that's something I'm really right now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, right. I haven't had a choice. Yeah, I just been growing out. I'm going for the Beatles look, or the Monkeys. I'm pretty sure nobody remembers the Monkeys. So that's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'm a Zach of all trades, if you will. I wear many hats. Number one, first and foremost, I rap. So I have an album out. Go check that out. I Will Be Done. That's on all streaming platforms. I battle rap sometimes, which a lot of people confuse me more so as a battle rapper than they do an actual artist. But
I don't think people realize that your music is as good as it is because the battle first. The battle is great.
I think I suck at battling actually compared to making music. Like if you compare the two, like my music's fantastic. The battles is just something I fell into fun and kept doing it because people wanted to do it. But yeah, man, I do a lot of cartoons too. YouTube.com/bug187 BUGG187. All it's Lucci Tunes basically is what it is. Me and my cousin June, he draws cartoons. I do the voices. Serg did some of the voices too on some of those cartoons. That's one of the bigger things that I do right now outside of the music. And I wrote some screenplays, but I don't want to talk too much about that.
Nah, you don't talk about. Well, I mean, you don't have to. But I'm saying and then the cameo. You got like a cameo, which means that you're popular enough to have a cameo.
Man, I have a cameo account. I don't know how that happened. They reached out to me actually. It was like,
"Yo, you're popular enough to have a cameo.
Yeah, do you want to do a cameo account?" I was like, "Sure." And I didn't think anybody was going to sign up. And now, like, I'm getting tons of requests a month. And 5-star rating my ad, so get bang for your buck. Get a little, what I'm saying? Throw a little $20 down, get a little, send something out for your father. Father's Day. Hit me up. I'll be more than glad to rap for your father or a father figure in your life. I'll also do impersonation if you'd like. I can do DJ Khaled and many others.
Yeah, we see that.
Yeah. Cameo, Zim on Cameo.
And what about you got merch? Like, 'cause you got stuff like that with the Zummer. Like, do you sell shirts like that for people? Or
I wish I had it on right now. It's funny because the first time we did this interview, I think I had my glowed up shirt on.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got the glowed up shirt. I got the In God We Trust shirt, which is they're original. I designed them myself. Whatever. I don't actually have a merch store though. Like, I never.
I would look into that. I think that you probably will benefit from that. And that's I mean, seeing that you have a cameo, I would think that maybe And then people know you from the battles and stuff. You know, if you didn't really get into Liberty Battle League at all.
Oh yeah, Crack Liberty Battle League. Well, you
I
know
know,
what?
like it's on like hiatus and it's not.
Yeah, we've been chilling right now, but yeah, I mean, I helped start Crack Liberty Battle League, and then kind of stepped away from the business portion of it and started battling on Crack Liberty Battle League. But I started that in Philly with June, you know, same with the cartoons and everything. It's on the same YouTube channel. We did a lot of huge Philly events and kind of brought Philly battle rap back, and then I started getting more into the battling portion of it and fell back to the business portion of it. So,
Yeah.
I mean, I dabble, man. I do a little bit of that.
What's the plans for the future with that? Is that like just like in the air?
With Crack Liberty?
Yeah.
We have an event coming up. I don't want to talk about it because it's sneaky. But just know that we're gonna combine a lot of what we do. I won't give away too much, but we're gonna blend two things that we do together for the next event. It's gonna be pretty big. The battles are already done. They're fire. Huge names on the card. Probably the biggest that we've had, and that's some crazy matchup. So yeah, that's coming on.
Nice. All right. So, do you have anything that you want to promote? Anything else you want to talk about? You know, especially like I don't know, I don't know if you saw like any like, well, you probably didn't, but like some of those topics like tonight, like the 5-year-old that got caught, you know, stealing the car, his parents' car, driving to California, trying to buy a Lamborghini with $3 in his wallet. These are the things that have been happening. They don't, you know, crazy.
I just feel like there's so much more going on in the world than a 5-year-old stealing a car.
But they gotta address it. Like they just let this kid do what he you know what I'm saying? And then he got like to have like a trip in a Lamborghini. They took him to a Lamborghini place, and then like he got to hang out with Jamie Foxx all day. Like, how do you?
What?
Like, yeah, like you know, like you didn't. It was like a slap on the wrist, and he's like, and there's a whole bunch of kids do it. And I have a story about gorillas singing when they eat. They have a PBS special about that. Great stories. There's also a story about Alex Jones wanting to eat his neighbors because of quarantine. He's like, if it gets that bad, you know, I don't want to do that. That made me think about the Book of Eli. That's what it made me think of. That's what really
fantastic.
Fantastic. And you also do movie reviews, which is
I do.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, you know, I gotta sometimes push people.
Look, I forgot about the movie reviews because I started them like last week. Like just out of boredom, pandemic. Like I love movies, so for me, I was like, I'm gonna review this movie, and I started reviewing tons of movies. And I'm actually, when we're done here, I'm gonna review another movie. I just watched Becky. It's a Redbox original.
Becky.
I didn't. Yeah, just Becky. And I didn't know Redbox made movies. First of all, I guess they're trying to compete now. And it's Kevin James, and it's like thriller.
Yeah, he's like serious in that one. I think I saw.
He's
not a trailer, but like a poster for it.
He's like low key buff with a beard. And it was serious. Yeah, Paul Blart is like he just went rogue, like break out of prison, and Joe McHale's in it. They're both comedians, and it's not a comedy. Like
you know, sometimes like, you gotta spread your wings, you know.
Yeah, I think they were like, oh, well, Adam Sandler made Uncut Gems, so let's do Becky. And, you know.
I mean, I never seen it. You recommend it?
It was fire. Like, I would have, and it's funny because my wife tried to put it on, and I was like, I'm not watching that. I was like, this is trash. I'm not watching this. And she put it on anyway, and within the first 5 minutes, I was like, this is pretty good. I started getting into it. And, it was great. It was sleeper hit. I would have never watched it. Never would have watched it.
Yeah. So how many beers? How many beers would you give it?
I'm gonna give it a solid 3.75 beers.
3.75 beers out of 5 beers, right?
The reason why I won't give it a full 4 is because the director was pissing me off. Whoever or cinematographer, director, whatever you want to call it, when people were running, they ran with them. Like it was like this, and it was making me so mad. Because I was like, I thought I was gonna have a stroke.
Can you do that one more time for me? Because I don't think.
Yeah, it was like that. Like it was like the camera.
Yeah.
Like that. And it pissed me off because I was like mid seizure watching that But
I'm gonna have to check it. I have so many movies I'm back on. So,
yeah, man, I don't want to tell your viewers how many movies you're backed up on because this is me off.
Well, I'm gonna watch them though. There's just a lot going on, you know. And then I have.
I mean, The Invisible Man and The Hunt have only been out this entire pandemic.
Yeah,
not
$20.
King is sad. Shout out to Pete Davis. Pete, if you ever watch this, I feel like we could be friends. I feel like we could hang out or something.
Maybe you could do a cameo for him.
Oh man, maybe he could do a cameo for me.
Yeah.
You know, I
don't know how much. It's gonna be more than yours, probably.
Substantially more. But
it just went up.
I feel like there'll be a 6 degrees of separation. Like maybe like one of your friends that does stand up comedy in Philly that knows somebody that knows him may potentially watch this and they could be like, yo, this guy that you be talking. I just want to meet the guy. Pete, I'm a huge fan. Next to Sandler, you're the GOAT. That's it.
Well, you're here first. So speaking of that, since you're talking about him being the GOAT, obviously you saw King of Staten Island, and what did you think of that movie?
Man, King of Staten Island is so good. I watched it. I watched it 2.5 times. I can't say I watched it 3. Because
so the one you saw it that many times.
Yeah, no, it was good. So like the first time, I was more so like I won't say judging it, but I was like kind of like critiquing it hard the first time because I've been waiting for it for so long. And then the second time I watched it straight through, I thoroughly enjoyed it that time. I wasn't like nitpicking it like I was watching it. But it's really, really good. It reminds me of how like Apatow did Funny People, how that was it was like serious and funny.
Like a drama.
It was like a dramedy. I mean it's it's a good storyline. It's serious. It's about loosely based off of his life. So it was really good. It's funny. It's warm-hearted. I mean,
how many beers is that one? You giving that one?
I gave it 4.5.
4.5.
I gave it 4.5 out of 5 beers, and I would have gave it 5. But there's certain things that I think like there was some kind of dry spots, and how the storyline was kind of like bouncing around. So like those kind of things kind of took away from the 5 beers for me. But it's enjoyable. I'll watch it again.
Nice.
I'll watch it 3rd time, maybe a 4th, 5th.
I did catch Wrong Missy, and that was kind of ridiculously funny. So yeah.
Wrong Missy. I gave that 5 beers right from the gate. I couldn't stop laughing. I'll watch that again right now.
Right now.
That's like it'll be like my 6th time watching.
I personally think though, like with all the stuff that's been going on there, like I think we talked about this already after off topic, and it was like the Oath. But you didn't seem like as much as me. Like I just recently saw the Oath like a week or 2 ago, and it just seemed to work with everything that was happening right now with the president and the protests and all the stuff that's happening, the riots, everything. It was perfect, man. The whole air at the Thanksgiving tables, just where how it escalated, which I don't want to give anything away for the audience, but it was I thought, if you want to watch the Tiffany Haddish movie, if you didn't see it.
I think watching it at this time frame probably made it better considering what the movie's about. I don't think it was bad. I think I just went into it expecting something different. Like I expected like something completely different than what that movie turned out to be, but it wasn't a bad movie.
No. It was. I mean, I didn't see a thing. I don't know what I was going to expect. I just saw like, oh look, this is a Tiffany Haddish movie I've never seen before, and it was so political, and it was fire. It was good. I was gonna. I see now. I would give that about 4.5 strapped up beers out of 5 beers. Like that. I don't know.
4.5 chin straps.
4.5 chin straps for that. Because that one was fire. The Oath. And then I think it's almost called Monsters of Men or something like that. It's on Hulu. That's another good one. Considering what's going on, that's a drama. It's not funny.
I never even heard of it.
Yeah, it's it follows 3 characters and basically it all relates back to a shooting that was caught on a phone camera, And just basically the stuff that we're dealing with right now. So these are just movies that are relevant to what's happening now. Like, you know, it's like they were.
Well, I would
Just
say,
Mercy and all that stuff. Yeah.
yeah, I would say, for those that are watching right now, that are
Especially those that are people of color that want to educate themselves. They
that want to watch something relevant. Justice was fantastic. The Hate You Give was fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely.
Queen and Slim.
Fruitvale Station's another one.
Station. That movie is it's too real. But you want to watch like a you know, Queen and Slim. Yo, Queen and Slim is like.
Yeah. How many beers on that one? On
Queen and Slim, solid 4, definitely. That's a great movie.
You don't like giving out 5 beers. You're
I only gave 5 beers to the wrong Missy, and it's funny because critics tore that movie to shreds, and I didn't care. I gave it 5 beers because I could not laugh. Buddy, I could not. I laughed from beginning to end, and I've seen it 4 times already, and I've laughed hysterically every time I watched it. But the critics hate Adam Sandler anyway, and he produced it. You know, they're gonna hit a David Spade.
I personally don't think that he's ever fallen off. You know, Adam Sandler
never fell off. Absolutely. Even when he made Spanglish, he never fell off.
I'm not gonna say I didn't watch it. I watched some of Spanglish. I didn't watch all of Spanglish.
Yeah. It's okay. Yeah. We pretend it didn't happen. It's fine.
Yeah. So, do you have any other projects you would plug, or your shirt looks like it's disappearing? I don't know how it's going on.
It's an Ali shirt. I don't know why it would be disappearing.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. Me and my wife have a joint album coming out. It's gonna be fantastic. It was supposed to drop in April, but the pandemic kind of shut production down on that album. In more ways than one. I won't even get into why, but we had a video shoot scheduled like the last week of March, I think. I mean, the pandemic has ruined so much of that. But, you know, God is in control. Whatever, man. I'm not worried about it. But it's a fire album. It's done. Just, you know, kind of still in the post-production stage of that album, I guess you could say. But that's coming out. It's really dope. Yeah, my wife sings, in case you guys are wondering. It's not like we go back and forth on some kid and play stuff. She sings. She has her own album out as well. Check her out, Jacques Renee. But yeah, we have a joint album coming out, and then was working on a One Body album with her and my boy Duke, and I got a second album coming out soon. It's pretty sneaky. But Thy Will Be Done is out right now on all platforms. My cartoons are out, my battles are out, my movie reviews are out. Everything is out in the YouTube sphere, whatever you call it.
You already know you're gonna be on this too. Again, you know, we had to feature you at least.
I'm gonna be a regular.
Yeah, you're gonna be a regular on this show. You already.
At this point, where this interview is, did my skit air yet, or is it after this?
Your skit
I don't know how to
actually.
My skit already aired.
Yeah.
Come on, guys. Dang, that's it. Not to toot my own horn or anything.
Yeah. No, you know what? Well, that's the thing. It's a precedent set for the first episode of how like moving forward other guests should be. You know, like we should be doing sketches and stuff together and doing
Sunday Night Live.
Yeah.
Basically. Speaking of tooting horns, this is completely off subject, but Kenny G, all right? We were talking about brass ring. Let me tell you something. I just took like an hour and a half drive to Delaware. Don't ask why. But I took a drive and I was listening to like a mix of different stuff on Apple Music, and the Kanye track came on off of his Jesus is King album with him, the Clips, and Kenny G. Now, not only does Kanye have
did kill that joint. I remember that. I did hear that.
Killed it. Listen, Kanye had the balls to bring the Clips back together, okay, because they were like low-key beefing. They're brothers, but they were like low-key, like not even talking to each other. He brought them together on a gospel track. They rapped together on it, and Kenny G did a solo on that track, and it was major. That has nothing to do with anything we're talking about. But I
just want
thought
to share that with everybody. It makes you feel
yes,
good.
I'm sure they heard it. If they haven't heard it, Kenny G.
Kenny G.
It was on a Kanye record.
Yeah, it's Kenny G. When you gonna do a record with Kenny G? When are you gonna do a record with Kenny G?
No, man. Didn't Kanye do a song with Paul McCartney too? Like, what a stud.
Yeah.
The guy, only he could do something like that. Like,
I don't know, man. Kanye's crazy, man. Like, I
he's
know
he's a genius, though. His production. That's off topic. Whatever, man.
Yeah.
I feel like I'm talking a lot longer than we were supposed to.
We're totally fine. This was fun.
Is there a time limit on your show? Like, do you have a?
I actually am trying to keep everything to like an hour max. An hour and a half if it really like spills over. I was gonna start doing call-ins, but I don't think anybody's gonna call in. I think the first episode was already mixed it because we had such a fiasco with the live. But yeah, no.
While we still have time, J-Lab earbuds sponsored this. Ziploc Zimmer sponsored this episode. Just in case you guys want.
Yeah, well, I mean, look, listen. They see all the special effects and stuff that happen, and then
man,
listen. It was like the Wizard of Oz with the veil falls when I had the live. Like I was sweating. The background disappeared. I was just green screen. I'm just like, oh, look at this clip. I was trying to like get stuff. It was
like Schweppes Diet Ginger Ale sponsored this. Like,
buddy,
sure.
Diet Ginger Ale. What do you got?
Sure, I'm pretty sure you're gonna have to like edit that out.
I probably have to edit that out. I'm going to work.
Listen, everybody follow me when you get a chance. I'm on Instagram at _officialZM, Facebook ZM, YouTube.com/YoungZM, and yeah, it's spelled ZM, but it's pronounced Zim. Why? I have no idea, but whatever. Go with it. Check out the album. I will be on all streaming platforms. Go to my Cameo. Type in the search ZM. I'm on there. $20. Get you a fantastic Cameo video. And a quick turnaround too. I do them in like 8 hours. Yeah. Quick turnaround. Customized raps, impersonations. I'll make fun of your family members. I don't care. Just hit me up on Cameo. It's fine. Everything's fine.
Everything's fine. All right. Well, it's been fun, and we're going to obviously have you on again. So it's good to highlight you, and I appreciate you doing this a second time after everything has happened.
I look like Cousin Hit right now. Like I'm surprised on my face.
Yeah. You like my studio? You like the studio? It looks nice. Yeah.
You see that?
Yeah. That's.
I want to drop a spoiler alert for everybody right now. This is for a fair warning. Spoiler alert. If you haven't seen The King of Staten Island, Action Bronson is in the movie and has this hysterical cameo. I love Action Bronson too. If you're watching this, Action Bronson, I feel like we could be friends and eat together and like go to different places.
I would like to cook. I mean, yeah, that would be.
Yeah, he's hysterical.
I like eating, so it doesn't matter to me.
But Action Bronson and Pete Davidson are like two of my favorite people, and they were in a movie together. And I was like, this can't even get any better. That almost took it to 5 years, to be honest with you.
Almost. All right, well, dope, man. Well, we'll try to get some movie reviews on here moving forward because you dropped so many of them. We'll try to get one.
I just dropped King of Staten Island and the Five Bloods. Five Bloods was fire.
Five Bloods. Five Bloods. That's right. Five Bloods. How many beers on Five Bloods? Before we
I gave it 3.75, but I probably should have gave it 4 beers because it's really good. It's just for me, I didn't feel like I would want to watch it again anytime soon, so that's why I didn't give it 4. But I mean, it was very solid. There's a very good Spike Lee joint, not as good as Black Klansman, but it was good.
Like I said, like you said, like you guys want to see his full reviews, it's on his Instagram. And
I watched Artemis Fowl too, but I didn't review it because I didn't pay full attention to it. I didn't feel like I was gonna have. I almost had my kids review it. They paid more attention than I did.
Yeah.
They were scared to do it. Whatever.
But, yeah, well, said, I appreciate you coming and doing this again. Not really coming here because we did it on Zoom, but
Serg podcast.
Serg podcast, and there was no
I'm
mask.
on
We
every
no
week.
mask. Every
I'm
week.
on it every week.
All right.
Every week.
But you're not gonna be the guest every week.
No, I won't be the guest, but I feel like I should talk every week. Like, this is fun.
You like doing this? You want
This
to?
conversation has.
So you like to be part of the interview process? Is that what you're saying? When I interview
Like, maybe like interview the other people? Maybe. I don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe when the pandemic's over, I'll be in the studio with you. That studio there.
Yeah, you could sit
line
next
behind
to
you.
me. Yeah.
I didn't realize there was an office there where that skyline is. But we'll talk about that some other time.
I want to thank everybody to watch the show tonight from YouTube to Facebook Live. And if you don't mind, please subscribe, hit that like button, and share, and let your friends know. Show will hopefully improve